Obviously, and I'm sure it's good to get in there and play, and you get your first goal. How tough is it to just continually come here in this building and get these kind of, I guess, bounces or tough bounces?
Yeah, felt like besides the start of that game, we outplayed them. We had the momentum. We were moving our feet, putting their D under pressure, and obviously the score is the score, regardless of how the puck goes in. So that's the tough part about it.
Do you feel like, there's certain teams out there, I guess some people would call this the Jackets' main kind of rival thing. You guys kind of have to just get over this and just beat them, right? It's one of those things, if you guys want to be at the place you want to be, you have to beat that team.
Yeah, no, I think guys are aware of, how long it's been since we've won here. That's not an excuse or anything. It's just, the fact of the matter, and I felt like tonight was right there for us to take it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that job done, but, we played a good game, so we have to, think of all the good things we did, but, we got to start a little bit better too.
After the first period, you said you had a really good game. Was there anything said in the locker room after that first period?
I think we were just moving that puck north, using our legs. I think when we do that, we're a really effective team. Just getting on their D and working the O-zone. I think it was a pretty simple game plan going in that second, and we executed.
When did you find out you were going in?
Last night.
How did you feel in the game personally today?
I felt good. Moving my feet, defended well. Obviously, always nice to get a goal. No, I thought I was moving my feet and making plays right away. Yeah.
Andrew, how difficult is it to battle that kind of abrupt change in emotion? You get the shorthanded goal, and then Jeff Carter scores on the same power play right after. Just kind of that emotion there. Just how difficult is that to deal with it for the rest of the third period?
Yeah, that's the golden question right there. It's you have the highest of highs, getting a shorthanded goal. It's always such a huge momentum swing, and then obviously that one goes off my foot and right in the net. However many seconds later. So it's tough to get right back to it. But I thought we did that, and we were just gonna find a way to put one in.
I think for most of the game we were probably the better team tonight. I thought we played well. Obviously some tough bounces there on their power plays, but for the most part we were in control of that game. We just got to find ways to score and keep a lead, or get a lead, I guess. But like I said, I thought we played well. It's just unfortunate outcome.
What did you change when you went into the second period? Because the first, I think you agree, was probably not your best, and then you all of a sudden kind of flipped a switch in the second period.
I think we just started skating. First period we were a little bit slow, maybe back-to-back or whatever it was, but I think in the second and third period we were moving our feet. And obviously we're a fast team, and I felt like they couldn't really handle our forward speed, so it's a big reason why we were having success there in those two periods, but I would have liked to get the win, I guess.
Is there a feeling of what's it take to win in this building kind of with you guys?
Not really. A lot of guys haven't been around as long as me and Booner have. It just feels like a different game, or one more game. It's not like we're thinking about the building or not winning here or whatever. So obviously it's been a while, but I thought we played a good hockey game, just didn't get the result we wanted.
On that same token, with the guys who haven't been here as long as you, there's been some guys who've been 3 years, maybe 2, 3. Is there importance to end this thing so we can stop talking about it, but also so that it doesn't build and compound with the new guys?
Maybe. We don't really talk about it, to be honest. It's one of those things where, like I said, I'm aware of it, but it's one of those things where before the game no one mentions it. It's just a game we want to go out there and win. So I don't really think it matters too much in our room, to be honest. It's probably more of like an outside stat, I guess, but definitely want to win games in this building, especially with them being in the Metro and in our division. So they're 2 huge points whenever you play here, and we haven't got the job done in the years. So hopefully we can fix that towards the end of the month.
I know that they haven't had the season that they've wanted to have. They're far short of expectations as well, but they still have Sidney Crosby, still have those guys that you know. Does that team across the hall feel like a team that you guys, you have to beat them to get to where you want to be, right? Is that safe to say that?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams we have to beat to get to where we want to be. A lot of teams in the Metro, Wash, Pitt, Islanders, Rangers, those are teams that are pretty much 4-point games. And obviously that's a team that's had a lot of success over the years with the names you mentioned. It's a good test for us tonight for a team battling for points still. And like I said, I thought for the majority of the game we were the better team. But the outcome's the outcome, and found a way to lose kind of, I guess.
You're not one to make excuses, but 5 games in 7 nights is a lot for anybody. Do you feel like that, especially after it became 5-3, that was apparent that energy was a little bit of a factor?
Maybe. I mean, I think when they score the 5th goal, it's kind of, I don't want to say deflating, but your energy kind of dips right there. When it's a 1-goal game, you're right in, and it's one shot. When it's a 2-goal game with, I don't know, 6-7 minutes left, whatever it was, you're still pushing, you're still trying, you still want to win the game, obviously. It's just a different feel on the bench. But I actually think for the most part we had our legs tonight. All 5 games in the 7 nights we were skating. Wasn't perfect by any means, but other teams are going through it as well. So we just got to grind through it, and it's a good learning experience for our group. At this time of year, it doesn't get any easier for anybody.
You guys have had a number of lineup mainstays, big names, either scratched or benched this year. I mean, obviously Marchenko's out today. Pascal Vincent keeps explaining he's trying to set a standard here. He's trying to, just basically institute a culture. Where are you guys at in the room with that kind of stuff? Is it just kind of old hat now when you see, maybe somebody is out for a game that we ordinarily would think is a surprise?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great having a standard in the room. I think it's something that maybe the last few years we've missed a little bit in terms of him scratching guys or benching guys or whatever. That's up to him and him and the player. I'm not going to get into that, but I think having that standard and knowing you have to play well in order to stay in the lineup, I think it's good for everybody. So it's that accountability we're looking for, and like I said, I think we've missed that the last few years a little bit. And in terms of what he does with the lineups, up to him, but I think it's good for our group, I guess, for everyone to see that it doesn't matter who you are, you can get benched.
Is it important that you see that it can be anybody?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you look at this year, Johnny, Patty, I think Sivo early on, now Marchie, it could be anybody, and obviously you don't want it to be you, and everyone's bounced back really well from it, and I'm sure Marchie will do the same. So I'm not sure what the reasoning was or why, but everyone's responded well to it so far, so see how it goes.
Thought we played well on the second and third. Obviously a little bit of a slow start, but tied the game up 3-3 and kind of a gut punch there to score right away, right after on the power play.
Yeah, that had to be, as you described it, kind of a gut punch at that point, right? Because you feel like you're right back where you want to be and the momentum's on your side again.
Yeah, I mean, we tie the game up late in the third, and we got to kill a penalty, and it just takes a bad bounce off someone in front, and they take a 4-3 lead and then a 5-3 lead eventually.
I know you haven't been here for most of this, but how much do people think about, their players in this room think about this building and the inability to have success in this building?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Obviously, they've had our team's number for a while here, but we keep playing like we have been in the past few games here, and the way we played in the second, third, we'll get a win here.
Marchenko's out tonight. Pascal Vincent was talking earlier just about setting the culture and standard level, that kind of thing. He's talked about that all season long. There's been a number of guys, yourself included, that have kind of dealt with consequences, I guess. Is it important that everyone in here know it can be anybody at any time, type of thing?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, personally you can learn from experiences like that. Obviously, you're not playing your best. You're not going to see the ice, and it goes for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. A first-year guy, 10th-year guy. It doesn't matter. We want to build a culture around here that, putting guys on the ice who, can help this team win games and hold each other accountable and go from there.
Not often you have 5 games in 7 nights, but how impressive was it for the guys? There was a lot of energy, especially after the first period.
Yeah, I thought we had a slow start in the first, but we battled back in the second, tied the game up. They found a way to take 3-2 lead, tied it up again. Kind of just ran out of gas there towards the end of the third there, but I thought we had a good effort other than the first.
It's almost fitting that you get a couple of fluke goals that cost you this one tonight,
Yeah,
given the way you played for most of the game.
That's frustrating. We were in a position to win this game. Like the first goal goes over Severson's stick, like it's a clean breakout, just goes over Severson's stick, and the first thing you know, it's in the back of your net. 2 goals, we just puck deflects it. I mean, 2 goals we in our net basically. That we wouldn't change anything. Like Peeke was in a good position. Goodbranson is trying to clear the puck and it ends up in our net. But we played hard. We competed. Second period was our best period of the game. Understanding that we're on the back-to-back and the energy and the way we competed tonight, that's why it's frustrating, because this one I really feel we should have won that game.
What changed there in the second? Because it was a noticeably different team that came out of the locker room.
Yeah, we're just keeping it simple. Dealing with success is also dealing with failures. Dealing with success is a different animal, and a bit too slow with the puck. I felt our game is to play fast. We want to play a fast-paced type of game, and so we got back to our team identity in the second and third period.